Okay, this is Business 342, page 80, problem number 4. You have compiled the following information on your investments. What rate of return would you expect to earn on this portfolio? So they give you stocks A, B, C, and D, the number of shares, the price per share, and the expected return. What you need to do is take that same information and make your table a little bit different. You need the stocks, you need the shares, you need the price, but you got to extend the price. Okay, so this is the total cost per stock and then the total overall. Now you can get the weighted average. You get the weighted average by taking the total cost per stock divided by the total cost of your portfolio. That gives you the percentage of weighted average, which you need, and then you can multiply times the expected return, and that'll give you the return on your portfolio. So you can see we've got all those numbers up there. So again, it's just return on portfolio equals the weighted average of stock 1 times the expected return on stock 1, and so on and so forth through all 4 stocks. So you take the weighted average, and they keep that as a decimal, and then times the percentage. You can do it either way because it's going to work out the same, but they keep the percentages not as decimals. Plus for stock 2, plus for stock 3, plus for stock 4. And then what you end up is adding all those together. Really important, this is a negative right here. 0.2236 times a negative 4.6. Make sure you make that as a minus sign. If you add that, you're going to screw your percentage there. So the answer is 4.84. Okay, we'll do problem number 5. You want to create a $25,000 portfolio that consists of 3 stocks and has an expected return of 8%. Currently, you own $12,000 of stock A, $8,000 of stock B. So if your total portfolio is going to be $25,000 and $12,000 of stock A and $8,000 stock B, then $5,000 will be stock C, right? The expected return for A is 10.2%. and for B is 3.8%. What is the expected return for C? Okay, so you know the cost because you backed into stock 3 is $5,000. You know the total is 25 for these. So now you can do the weighted average. The weighted average for each one of those is right there. They told you the expected return for the first 2, and we'll just figure for the third one, we'll mark that as X. So you go back to your formula. The return on the portfolio equals the weighted average for stock 1 times the expected return for stock 1 times the weighted average for stock 2 times the expected return for stock 2, weighted average for 3 times the expected return for stock 3. In this one, we're going to put X in there since we don't know that. Okay, you know that what they tell you back in the problem is they want an 8% expected return. Return on the portfolio. So you can just plug in 8% there, and again for the percents they're using the whole numbers. So 8%, if you're going to do that here, you have to do them both the same. You can have this as 0.08 and this is 0.102, but if you keep it at 8, then you got to have this at 10.2 and this at 3.8, and if there was a number there. Simple mathematics after that. 8 equals 0.48 times this, 0.32 times that, and you're going to end up with 0.2x. You multiply those numbers out, and you get these. Then you just take these over and subtract these 2 numbers, or make these minus, bring them over there. You get 1.888 equals 0.2x. Now in this case, you can either divide by 0.2 or multiply times 5. I just decided to multiply times 5 because that makes this 1 right here, 1x. 9.44 equals x. Keep it straight in your head what x is. X was the expected return on stock C, and that was the answer that you were looking for. So those are problems 4 and 5 on page 80.